Hi everyone. For ages, I was wondering what the anodized Duplicolour range looked like, and I decided to buy one of each can and spray them onto little square cards. That way we could see what the paint looks like in real life. And I hope that perhaps in this video it helps you decide what color might be right for you, and also if it's going to turn out the way that you think or hope that it might turn out. What I'm going to show you in this video today is how each of these colors sprayed out and how they actually reflect in the light. Also, I've got from a few customer jobs that I've been working on how these colors look like in real life. So here we'll see the anodized red, a beautiful color really popping in all types of light. And in comparison, we have a gloss red here. So you can really see the difference that the Metalcast Anodized range really give a depth of color to the object that you're painting. Now all of these had a base coat, a metallic silver sprayed down first, and then the anodized Metalcast color on top. And for good measure, I went and did a few other colors such as the yellow, a black, and also a standard red, again, just so we could see the differences amongst them. If you're new to my videos, a massive welcome, and for anyone else that's been watching for quite some time, welcome back. Okay guys, now this anodized range of paints is designed for painting over chrome surfaces, so to really kind of tint and color really highly reflective chrome surfaces. If you're painting something that isn't chrome, you can use this metallic base coat. It's a very high metallic silver, and it acts as a great base for your tinted color range to go over the top. So for instance, we had the silver down and then the red here sprayed on top. And as we can see, depending on how the light hits, if it's directly hitting, the red goes quite brighter. If it's not directly hitting, it turns a bit darker. So keep that in mind, guys. Across the range, each of these paints acts this way. So you really see the metallic shining through in direct or good lighting. So let's, for instance, have a look at this green one next up. This is one I was very interested to see how it came out in the flesh. And I was really happy to see that it comes up as a bright, bright color. Again, it had the silver base and then the green on top, two coats. And as we can see in really direct lighting, comes up quite light. And in not so bright lighting, comes up a bit darker. The blue next up. I was super keen to see how this turns out. I was really contemplating to see, should I do my own calipers in this blue? And just like the other paints before it, in direct light turns quite a brighter blue, and in non-direct light, it's a bit darker. But a beautiful metallic color range that you can see here. Okay, did a double up on the green there. Now the gold. The gold came out really, really nice. It was a bit more yellow than I had expected or hoped for, but nonetheless a beautiful color. You know, again, high in metallic depending on how the light hits. And what I had done was a test, actually putting one base of the yellow and one base of the next one here, this copper, this orange, and that came out a really nice mix. But on its own, this is the orange, and it really came out quite a nice color, like I would say a copper or an orange or a bronze. Really came out nice. I'd say a luxury premium color. Just in case anyone needed, I had some gloss black, painted one of these squares in black for reference, but the lucky last for the Metalcast was the purple. Now I think a lot of people out there will love this purple color. It's just beautiful and vibrant. Again, if light hits it, it lightens up. And when it doesn't, it turns to a darker shade. So quite a nice effect there. A bit of for reference, just a gloss red. And very, very nice, very, very fluoro, coming out in an absolutely nice popping red. I had hit this with a bit of a clear coat just so it would shine. On its own, it dried very, very matte. But just to give you guys an idea there. Now I was very curious to see how these yellow brake caliper paints turn out, and I was really happy to see that it comes out a very nice bright yellow. Great for if you've got dark rims or you want to contrast against some darker colored wheels that you've got. Now, I was over the moon with how these paints turned out and how they dried up. I was always, as I mentioned, very curious to see how that'd go. And I was just blown away when I had them in direct lighting off of the cardboard with how the paint, I should say, actually turned out. So the way that I actually put these paints down was 2 light coats of this silver and then 2 light coats of the color range on top. The manufacturer instructions want you to do 1 light coat and 2 heavy ones to give you longevity and depth of color. But just for the purposes of this test, I did 2 light coats of the silver and then 2 light coats of the main color. But even so, these colors are just absolutely stunning. What I'll do, guys, I want to leave you all with a bit of a close-up for these paints, and I won't put a voiceover over them so you can really enjoy these colors voice-free. And I'll rejoin you all towards the end of this video with some of the projects that I've been working on, like those customer calipers. So for now, feel free to enjoy these colors a little closer up. So I will rejoin you all at the 9-minute mark of this video, where I'll take you all through some of the customer brake calipers that I painted for them. One in the anodized red and one in the gloss red. So that's it. I'm going to let you all enjoy these paints closer up. See you all back at the 9-minute part. Okay guys, so I hope you all enjoyed that montage. Let me know what you think of the colors in the comments. But for now, let me take you all through a couple of the customer jobs that I went through in using these paints to paint brake calipers. So this was a set of VF Holden Commodore brake calipers. This is just a quick process outlining some of the steps that I used. I will make a full video on how to use these paints step by step, but for now, a good clean and then dusting on the first layer of the metallic silver base. And I put 3 coats here before starting with the red. Now the red, again, we want to go very light with the first coat, and in the second and third coat, we can go a bit heavier. So here, in this moment, that's the second coat going on, really starting to see that red even out. And this is the final coat here, the third coat. And just look how deep and glossy that red looks. Once it was all dried, this is a bit of a close-up of how bright and how beautiful the red turns out. You can see in some of those areas where the light isn't hitting that the paint really looks quite dark. But as soon as I shift my light over, you'll see here like the outer section of the caliper really brightens up. But it's just such a stunning color range. I can't wait to use some of the other colors onto calipers for people. But all demasked and able to really enjoy this red in its glory. My customer was over the moon, and yeah, just amazing results. You know, I've painted quite a few cars now with this red, and every time it's really just popped. Now here's a look with this red behind the black calipers, and they really just look amazing. You know, this is the blue paintwork of the car, and that red really just finishing off the calipers so nicely. And that's the rear one there. Awesome. Now next up, in comparison, I'll show you what a standard red looks like. Probably about the red that we've all been using over the years. Here's a bit of the before of this is a Mazda CX-5 that I did for one of my other lovely customers. And once painted in the red, beautiful. So a very uniform red. I do like this red, it pops in any light really. The red really does stand out. All demasked and de-taped, we'll see this red in all its glory. So very popping in your face. And against the black rims, I'll show you all here. So really standing out quite nicely. But if you're after perhaps a red that will give you a little bit more, something a bit different, maybe a little bit more of a, I'll say candy look, anodized look, these Metalcast Duplicolour range, I think it's a great investment, guys. I hope you'll really enjoy it, and I hope this video has helped you out. Soon I'll look to make a bit of a how-to outlining each of the steps that I use for using these paints on calipers. I'm really keen to see the blue and the green in action, but comment for me below what colors you want to see done, and I'll see if I can put something together for you all. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Massive shout out to all of the lovely commenters and subscribers over the last year or two that I've been making videos. It's been an amazing journey, getting to know some of you all in the comments. You can, as always, follow me on Instagram at FordMercGuy, and it will always be a massive help if you can follow me at Handy Auto Care. That's my personal business that I've started up with car customization, upgrades, maintenance, you know, a lot of interesting stuff that I get up to. So I hope you can all, you know, follow me on that journey there. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I look forward to the next one that I've got in store. I've got a bunch I've got to edit, but I'll catch you all very soon. All the best.